foundation. It is the teacher who motivates the student to want to live a better life, to want to give to society. In Liberia, we are facing a lot of challenges. Other countries are too, but we are not in those countries. And when you are not in a situation, you think everything is going perfectly. And you look at yourself and say, oh, we're the worst. Our kids are this, our country is that. We criticize, we condemn, and sometimes we show no appreciation for what we have. We long for what others have. We want to be there. We want, oh, America is this and that and the other. Europe is this. So many Africans lost their lives trying to get into these places. We are here, and there's a saying that goes like this: bloom where you are planted. There's a reason why God made us Liberians.
If the president cannot act, I believe, from the angle of persons with disability, that will be disastrous. If government want to see the persons with disability from the street, one good thing you should do, teach the man how to fish. And don't give the man fish to be eaten, because when you give the man fish to eat, he will always come and be dependent. I think the Ministry of Gender having
It's another day, and of course we are here. It promises to be great this afternoon as we talk the issues that matter. Like we always say here, cat don't hold our tongue, speak truth to power. So let me welcome you, all of you listening to Kia Radio 95.9. And of course, across the country, if you're in the Western Belt, you're in Bapolu, Bomi, or Cape Mount, it is a pleasure to welcome you to this Tuesday edition of the program Inside Liberia. And of course, we are grateful that you have joined us from Kakata, Makibi County. You join us from Grand Bassa County as well. Maserado County, 17 electoral districts. Rural Maserado. And wherever you are joining us from, it is a pleasure, and we just want to welcome you to this presentation. It promises to be great. We are also live on our online platform, KCN TV, and of course, you can join us there. Let's talk the issues that matter. Yeah, it is very important. You know, we cannot stop talking. So yes, we are grateful to be here. Welcome those of you on social media. Yeah, just share the video so others can join as well. Yeah, so others can join us. Let's do it together until 5:55 this evening. Yeah, my name is Maurice Desmond, but of course stay awaiting my partner Barclay kindly to join me here as we both handle the program together. Oh yeah, so yes, welcome. Leave your comments live on our online platform, on our online feed. We'll read them out for you right on this radio, Kia Radio 95.9. Like I said, stay awaiting my partner Barclay kindly to join me as we both present together the Tuesday's edition of the program. However, let's take a line of our team song. We'll be back in the jiffy. Just leave your comments right on our live feed. We'll read them out for you. It is very important that you do that.
Mobile kutingana bomengo wasengi ya komandenga na timi mobile kutingana bangenge asengi ya dirigenga na timi na baniko bimana ye babangi kopenga e monsieur Mario.
Okay, welcome back to the program, and it is always good to be here, and we are grateful, we are glad to be here. It is just what it is. Well, today is Tuesday, and it is the 4th day of the month of August, and the year is 2026. And of course, I know many parents are not relaxed now because it's getting towards the real serious part of it. Schools will soon reopen, and I know a lot of parents are struggling to get fees for their children. That is what it is. Yeah, we'll begin with some breaking news, and then we'll get 2 talking points for the first segment, and on the second segment 2 talking points as well, and then we can clamors for today. But the talking points we have here are very, very much essential, and I know you love to be a part of it. It is very, very much important. Well, let me see what is coming out of WAEC, Liberia. The head of the West African Examination Council, WAEC office, Mr. Dave Boto, has assured the public that the institution is fully prepared to conduct the ongoing national examination despite challenges encountered during the process. So yes, that is what it is. So they are actually preparing to release results according to what we've heard. They've also recommitted themselves to transparency and accountability, that which every institution must show that level of accountability, and transparency as well. So yes, we await the results. Yeah, the results from WAS. We await those results. Of course, we want to see the results coming in and see what our children did so far, whether they performed or not. We got to know. Yeah, and we pray for a successful pass for most of our students, if not all. But that is what it is. So, two key things to talk about. On the first segment, we'll be looking at firstly the drug issue. Will not get tired, and the honest truth is that getting tired means we have decided to stop talking for the Liberian people. I know sometimes allegations of people taking money, people taking bribes, and all of that, those things will not end in terms of accusation, counter accusation, and all of that. But our goal here at Kia Radio, that is why we owe loyalty to no political institution. Our goal is to make sure that the Liberian people are served, that this drug issue is not just about a particular group of people. It is about the entire country. It is about how we manage ourselves, how our country transcends. Like I said before, and I'll continue to say this, the drug issue in our country is it is rapidly ruining the reputation of the Unity Party administration. And the honest truth is that many Unity partisans do not understand this, that the reputation of the government has been brought under questioning. Why? Because drug-related matters are not things to play with, because every community now, everyone has set forth their surveillance in various communities. People are concerned. People are actually concerned. They when they hear drug issues, because this particular thing about drug in our country, you are either affected directly or indirectly. So every family, one way or the other, got a story about drug. And the way in which the government started to handle the drug issue became a very serious problem. They started to politicize it themselves. And that is why we are at this point we are right now. And to be honest, the fight against drug is a very crucial fight. It is a fight that requires concerted efforts. It's a fight that requires all hands on deck. It is not about a particular group of people. It is not about a particular political institution. Like I said, you are either affected directly or indirectly. A relative of yours may be part of, may be a victim of drug. So it is about us, Liberians, putting ourselves together and fighting this. And that is why we encourage the government to let go the aspect of politicking. That space that has been occupied with politics should be removed, and we look at the greater picture, and that is Liberia. How we can save the younger generation, how we can save our country from the menace that is roaming about in our country. What is it? And so, when the government started the fight against the drug, when people who do not support the government raise these issues about the drug crisis in the country, the government felt that these people, should not have spoken. And until it got to the point where 370 plus million US dollars worth of cocaine was found, then it became a thing of concern for the government. Last week we heard that the government said there were former government officials that were linked to the drug, and this week we would have heard arrests and all of that. We are yet to hear of arrest by the government against former government officials that they claimed would have been a part, or that are a part of the drug cartel. To cleanse our country, for our country to be cleansed from the menace of drug, it requires all hands on deck. And as I see it, I think the United Party administration will struggle to fight against this particular drug because it is entrenched in authority. It is entrenched in those with power, those with positions in the government. That is the level at which this particular drug issue has gone. Nightclubs. There's a club in, I think, Dupero or so, or wherever it is, they call how they call the bar? Private bar also. The head of that nightclub has been arrested and charged for facilitating drug-related activities in the country. Look, it has reached the most important point. It has reached the most important point. So the owner of private bar that is in Pinsville, is located in Pinsville. His name is Leroy Harris. He has been charged by the Liberia National Police in connection with the 370 million drug case. So drug is eating every fabric of our country. Drug is eating every fabric of our country. Every corner you pass, people speak and people talk about drug. They talk about the way drug is taking over our country. Look, the government needs to put her feet down. This is not about politics. It's about the realities on the ground. This thing will actually tarnish the reputation of the United Party administration if they are not careful. Drug issue in our country is very, very serious. It is very serious. Look, every fabric of the country, every corner of this country you pass, you hear people speak about drugs. It's not that they got no other issue they want to speak on. But if the younger generation, people call them the future leaders, if their futures are not secure, we'll have a generation in time to come that will be wear out, will be brain drained. You have absolutely nothing that will come out of them if we're not careful. Look, I pity the victims, those guys who sit in the ghettos and smoke and all of that. Those guys are victims of the circumstances that we're seeing in the country. They are victims. And one media institution went to investigate some of the guys who normally go to the ghetto to, so that it was Front Page Africa, not Front Page Africa, but Liberia investigator, right? Later dude who went to interview some of the guys. And what they said to him is that because some of the cells do not have bathroom and all of that, when they are caught and they're taken to those cells, they will just get ready and mess the play up and tell the people we ain't got nowhere to mess. So if you want pour us out, we'll mess the whole place. At the end of the day, the police people put them out because they don't have the capacity. These things are happening, they are real. But how can we? I'm just being joined by my colleague, Barclay, who came a little bit early. Okay, very, very early. Very, very early. Barclay, welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Desmond, and sincerely apologize to our audience, to you and to our audience. Been caught between the seas.
I know. You're looking for news, my brother.
Following this land dispute in the King Gray area.
Okay.
Yeah, that where I just came from. So it's important. But anyway, I'm here.
Okay.
And
at 5 o'clock, we'll incorporate in our final conversation.
Right.
Land crisis in our country.
Then as well, maybe we could weigh in on this entire MDR issue.
Yeah,
you may be aware.
It's like you spoke my mind already. So we'll talk the land issue. Yeah. So the two issues we're talking now is the issue of the drug. As you may be aware, the deputy superintendent for the Monrovia Central Prison was arrested because it's alleged that he's aiding and abetting, probably giving his phone to those guys who
suspects
who were arrested and all of that. And his mobile money account has seen multiple transfers from Colombia, according to the reports we've been able to get in that the second segment. The unknown ship that was on the waters in Grand Cape County, according to what we've gathered, the AFL released some men who Coast Guard, men who boarded a particular vessel, and they did a video before disembarking, before going there, and before when the video hit out, I think the guys got some intel. The ship, according to what we've heard, Barclay, the ship has vanished.
I'm told I follow an online platform. I'm trying to get it straight, but I'm told that the ship is heading to Africa. But there are still questions as to what actually the ship was doing on Liberian waters, and so it's important to ascertain whether there were some items that were dropped there in a particular region. So there are still questions, and some of these questions need answers.
Yeah,
because I'm told that the ship spent a length of time on Liberian's water, and later they moved to the Africa coast. What are the armed forces of Liberia that send their dispatch team there? Whether they have the right now to go on the Ivorian water and investigate that particular ship? This is something maybe we yet to hear from the government too as well. Yeah, but as it stands, I don't know whether the government of Liberia has officially responded.
That is where I'm going. I mean, the fact that we had this unknown ship, right? Let's call it an unknown ship that was on Liberian waters for a time like 1 month, let's say a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever time frame it was that the ship spent on Liberian waters, and we could not ascertain why that ship was on Liberian waters without getting to dock. What was it bringing? Who are the people on the ship and all of that? And this ship story has been lingering in the media for almost 2-3 weeks now, and the government is yet to release a statement.
And the worst thing about this entire thing, and the presence of that particular ship on the waters, on Liberia water, shows the weakness or weaknesses of our security sector in terms of surveillance. How are members of the security sector monitoring our Liberian water? Because we still have the importation of drug. It's been alleged that the traffickers are now using boats to traffic drug in Liberia.
In fact,
so we still got some serious challenge, especially when it comes to security surveillance on our waters, on our border areas, all of these things. So I mean, especially, and my disappointment, Desmond, is at about this time the government of Liberia has not been able to officially communicate to Liberian using the official platform to communicate to Liberian about that particular ship that was later seen on Liberian waters, but then moved to the Africa coast, according to what we gathering, that the ship has moved to the Africa coast. But I mean, it shows, maybe in my own mind too, it shows the ineffectiveness of the Ministry of Information, because at about this time when you have a country where there are allegations of drug traffickers are using our waters to traffic drug in the country, and the issue went wild. Now, Lord, we saw one ship on the water, on Liberian water, and we don't know about this particular ship. But the government of Liberia has not officially spoken regarding this particular ship that we're talking about. Whereas we're still investigating approximately $500 million United States dollar worth of cocaine in Liberia, and we're still seeing unknown ship on the water, and still there is no official information regarding this ship until probably, I don't know whether it is the witnesses of the Ministry of Information to provide, or the government to provide the necessary information. Because if you communicate appropriately to the Liberian, it helps to alleviate, the suspicion, the speculation, the fear for among citizens.
And that is the major thing, to allay the fears of Liberians.
Right. So at about this time, when the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Information, they are now informing Liberian regarding this ship. What was the ship doing on the water, on Liberian waters? What actually, maybe we need detailed information regarding this, particular ship that was seen on Liberian water, later moved to the Ivory Coast. We need detailed information on it. But again, it shows the challenges, our security sector, because we have Liberia Maritime, we have the Coast Guard.
The Coast Guard, yeah.
Are these guys not taking patrol on Liberian waters to ensure who are using the water, how the water is being used? Because we still have illegal fishing on Liberian waters. Ship comes on Liberian waters and just fishing, and leave the water. So we still challenge as a country, and maybe some of these things the government needs to put our feet on the ground in ensuring that these issues are addressed. Desmond.
You're right, Bagley, and you would have said it better than what you did. But again, just to add up to what you said, you see, for a ship to be on Liberian waters, people take these things to just be ordinary, but it is not ordinary, because it is a usual thing. Ship flying different flags of different countries will come through your space. But if the ship spends additional time on the water and it is not nearing, going to where it's supposed to dock, and there is no clear information on what that ship is bringing, where are they going, why are they headed, and all of those questions needs answer. If the ship is having, because I was seeing some details about the ship, I think it was built 1985 or 1980 something. It was built and all of that. If that ship has mechanical or technical problem, it should be reported. That is why a whole communication setup is at the port. When ship has issue, or any ship that got issue on Liberian waters, they close bar and they suddenly they can communicate and say, this ship is headed for Liberia. It is on the Liberian side of the water, and then it has some technical issue or some mechanical fault. The guys here, they put, authorities here will be elected, and I'm sure they have remedies to these things. None of sort did we hear. All we heard is that this ship is on the water. The information we even getting is even different. Some people say they saw a rocket man, other people say they saw a river says, and all of that. Yeah, those conflicting statements are not good for our country. We saw Coast Guard, people from the AFL who they got on a vessel. They did a video. They said they were going there. Up to now, we have not heard from them. Where are they? Did they reach the ship? Did they see the unknown ship? And all of that. Look, Barclay, there are several questions that need serious answer from the government. These things, they have the proclivity to put fear amongst Liberians, especially those who are nearby to those places where those things are happening. We can't live in our own country, like you said. It is just a sign of weakness on our part. Yeah, we may have challenges, but if we have people monitoring one of the problems we have in this country, Bagley, is the monitoring arm. Look, we build roads here, we don't monitor the roads, we don't see the fault about, the roads and some of the problems we can, avert, some of the problems we can settle even before those roads get damaged. The same thing, we sit down, we allow problems to escalate before we start to find solution to those problems. So what is the maritime doing? You have the Coast Guard, you have people from NAFA, you have people from the port. All of these people work together in our marine space. What are they doing? So at the end of the day, when month ends, the taxpayers' money, we pay them. But we cannot get, and then the Ministry of Information are supposed to give the Liberian people a clear picture of what is happening. They have left the people incommunicado. They left the people, not attended to in terms of giving them the rightful communication, that they need to allay their fears. And so we have a problem on hands, and the government needs to answer these questions, especially when it comes to the that ownership. What did they bring? We don't know what happened over our waters. Those questions, they need prompt answers.
They are yet to be answered, and Liberians deserve answer to some of these questions.
Of course,
they deserve answer. I mean, the issue of drug and for me, Desmond will continue to talk about it on this radio, and I want Liberians to do away with this entire mindset. Is it that Liberian people think after 1 week, after 2 weeks, it will die down, and nobody will talk about it again. And it is important that we continue to emphasize on this issue of drug. Yes, the government is making some effort in addressing the issue of drug in Liberia. Yes, they're making some arrests. There have been some dismissal, suspension, investigations are ongoing, among other several things. But I think, in my mind, Desmond, again, we'll come back to the issue of communication. And along the way, and this, let me just bring in this one, right? Along the way, the government of Liberia has not been able to regularly update Liberians with regards to this entire investigation. Now, before the closure of the legislature, this was some of the similar thing members of the Liberian Senate raised. And the other thing is, we can be talking about 19 million, but then we still had this 90 million cocaine at the Rabat International Airport. So you can have the issue of the Rabat International 90 million cocaine case, and then the Justice Ministry is silent, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency is silent, and the Liberia National Police. We need regular update. You need to tell Liberians who are the only thing that helped save this entire investigation or try to save the government face, and I can tell you for sure, was the recent decision by the president to dismiss some of these officials, or suspend some of these officials too as well, and subject them to investigation. But it seems to be like the security apparatus, they were just been silent on this entire investigation. In terms of regularly updating Liberian how far this the case has gone, how many persons have been arrested, and who are those undergoing investigation. The last time, I don't know whether that was a pronouncement from the government, but then they said some former officials too as well. They are going to be arrested in connection to this entire cocaine thing. But have we up to now, for the last 3-4 days, we yet to see
I just hope it was not
an official
diversionary tactics.
Yeah, probably it could be. We have not seen a single former official who has been arrested, in connection to this entire thing. The government, through the Ministry of Information or the security apparatus or however, because I'm told they had this joint security task force that is investigating this entire cocaine thing. But I think they need to regularly update Liberians. Liberians want to know. It's not just about confiscating the drugs, going and burn the drugs, why is true you're doing this? But we need to know, because no matter what, we still have young Liberians who are vulnerable to drugs in Liberia. we still have ghettos in this country. Go in the lower counties. There's more. Go in the lower counties. Go on some of these gold mines. I mean, the drugs is so entrenched in our country now. Even in the village,
The people selling it.
there are young people who are taking drugs. There are drugs dealers. Even in the village, some of the villages in the lower counties, people are selling drugs. So the drugs is now entrenched in our country. And like I always emphasize, I don't know how many families they are not affected by this entire drugs thing. Somehow, some way, my family, your family, they are affected somehow, some way, by a distant relative, by a friend.
Yeah, we say
We
indirectly.
directly or indirectly, we are all affected by this drug epidemic, and it's destroying our society. Seriously, it's destroying potential young people. So the government need to regularly update Liberian. Yeah, while it is true that they're making some strides, they're making some effort, but regularly giving out the information to Liberian, it is important. This will try to restore the confidence, the credibility of the government in the fight against drug trafficking, transnational crimes in Liberia, in our country, and as well strengthening our border.
Yeah, Barclay, you said it right. Just I was sitting while you were talking. I don't know what you have observed, but what I've observed is that some of the things the United Party government doing, good things now, roles and all of some other things they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
This drug issue have overshadowed all of the major initiatives that the government has undertaken.
Right.
Nobody is talking about development. Nobody is talking about roles that the government is doing, especially on the bourgeois island. You can see that there is some progress made so far. Trying to take. I don't know who built that report. That thing in the middle, they made the road so small. So they're busting up everything. They're making new road and all of that on the bourgeois island. If you go there, you see that happening. But how many persons are talking about it? Everyone is talking about the drug because if the United Party is not careful, it is this drug matter, this drug issue, that will ruin the credibility of the government. That is why what is giving the United Party a hard time right now is because most of the people who, are facilitators of the cocaine or drug in the country are big people in the government, are people working in very serious positions in security. You listen to most of the names that the president suspended and even dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are from
the security sector,
very
of
key
course.
Security,
major security institutions in the country,
and very key positions they're holding.
Mm-hmm.
You see someone who I think his senator's son was head of
Kwabo.
Kwabo said, his confession on one of the local radio stations, he said he was caught by some higher ups in the police to escort the particular drug in question.
Mm-hmm.
That he was caught on the phone. That he was giving direct direct instruction to provide security for that particular drug trafficker. All of those things are coming up. Look, it will take the government a very great deal of time to tackle this drug issue if they do not put their feet down, like you said. They need to go beyond. Look, people need to see people being suspended, not just being suspended, but people have to see these people being dragged to court. If you suspend this man, because we heard about suspension, Barclay, have we heard whether those people that were suspended have been taken to court? No.
According to what we're gathering, they're still being investigated.
Okay.
They subjected them to investigation.
Good. So this investigation, like you said, we should have regular updates on some of the investigative reports. Okay, we investigated 5 officers, and the investigation has uncovered this. These people are either innocent, or we have to get regular updates. See what is happening. A very top security officer who is supposed to be correcting people.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the man at the gate. The man at the gate who's supposed to imprison people for doing wrong. Is the one facilitating. He's going ahead talking to drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
who were caught, arrested, and taken to prison. He's facilitating their communication, carrying his phone. Is that not risky? Look, if this man isn't being controlled by a high up in the police or some way, somehow in the government, he will not be brave to take his cell phone and take it to the prison where the guys are kept. And they are using his phone to call for money from Colombia. They're using his phone to make calls. We probably don't know some of the details in some of the calls they've made. Why, if those calls are dangerous to the security of the state?
Right.
Because trust me, we saw a random video around here where people
of recent
where people threatening the government, say bring our cooking back or else the government will face this and blah blah blah. We see all those videos. The authenticity of those videos are yet to be established, but for a senior police officer or a senior law enforcement officer to take a phone in the prison and give it to suspected drug dealers and say, make a phone call, and they're making phone calls, and while they're making those phone calls, money from Colombia has been wired through that particular phone. Who know what they've been discussing on the phone? These are very serious security implications. They have security implications or the security ramification. These things, we have to look through them, and that is why today, when that Kwabo was arrested, Kolako, was arrested
from the central prison.
From the central prison, Kolako. When he was arrested, I said to myself, then this drug issue is getting serious, because the security people managed to take traffickers from the community, take them from their comfort zone, take them to prison. In the prison, we think that several rights that they have, the freedom they have to cross deals, to sell drugs and do other things will be curtailed, right? That's one of the reasons why we're keeping them where we're keeping them. But for us to put them in prison, and then we have a top security person or personnel or law enforcement officer going there with a cell phone and giving it to them to make calls, and they're wiring money through his phone. Multiple transactions have been uncovered. Look, back then we are in trouble. We are in serious trouble. The government has to put our feet down, or else we'll just be talking. We'll just be doing these things, but progress will not be made.
I just wanted to inform you. Aren't you aware that some officers or correctional officers from the central prison were dismissed for, dealing with drugs traffickers at the Monrovia Central Prison? Some of them were even purchasing drugs
and taking it to the
inmates there. So the thing is, like I said, is so entrenched in our society, very much entrenched until almost all of the sectors. It is terrible for us, and we continue. Maybe the only thing we can do for us is to sit on this radio to talk about it. We don't, that's the only thing we can do for us. To sit on this radio to talk about this entire drug issue, and maybe talk to some of our young people. For those of them who are listening to the radio, to desist from this entire, the drugs, the effect, they are terrible, very much terrible. Damage your future. Too many things. It takes away from you. It disconnects you from society. It disconnects you from family. There are too many things, negative things that this entire drugs thing, usually do to people. So we'll continue to serve as ambassador to our young people, serve as ambassador to, our own generation, to desist from this entire drug thing. Yeah, while it's true that people are trafficking drugs in this country, we condemn it, we frown at it, but we need to, serve as ambassador to our young people too as well, to be that voice, to encourage them not to venture into drugs addiction. It is important to Desmond.
You're right. So on the first segment, we can run to the lines, Barclay, and
take a few calls, and then
we can run for the last and final segment. But two issues that we're discussing: the unknown ship issue, and then the the recent step taken, on the drug issue and all of that. So let's open the lines now and hear from you. What do you make of these two key conversations we are having? 0777 959 959 0881 871 are the numbers you can call to be a part of the program inside Liberia on Care Radio 95.9 with me, Maurice Desmond Brown, and Barclay Conley. Let's run to the line. This person, let's hear you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Barclay.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
And good afternoon to remain listener. I'm Terry Somaneme, and I joined the conversation for the storm of the open.
Go ahead.
And it is a concerning for our country, right? Like you represent the issue of trust and about the skilled officers who are assigned to the prison compound now, allegedly taking their phone, giving it to people to press for and so like that. But one of mine is how you see your opposite who are still totally right. That a person extra need to put a seat down to require each them has the forever road to prosecute people who will be extra, because this created actors who are in the government are driving forces of the issue of justice in the country, and when they are involved, that tells you that the government itself is undermining every investigation as a surround to the issue of justice. So I think the government will realize the fact that they need to put this into perspective to have our country be free from drugs. Mr. Walker, I understand that this country is not a drug cartel. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for being a part. You can do the same. Both of your calls on 0777 959 959 0881 871 are the numbers you can call to be a part of the program inside Liberia on Care Radio 95.9. What do you make of the fight against drug in our country so far? In terms of what has come out in recent time, the deputy superintendent for the Memorial Central Prison was arrested for allegedly taking phone to alleged drug dealers and all of that. Let's go back to the lines and take more calls. This person, let's hear you.
Yeah, how are you?
Right,
this is Peter James. Yeah, calling from Power.
Let's hear you.
Okay, this drug issue, my one. The first thing that we do here is the president's son.
Who the president's son?
We got Jojo.
But didn't you see his clarification? He said he got absolutely no link to any of the people in question.
Yeah, this is the Liberia. The only thing that they will do, they will only close everybody out. And tell leaders, that the president's son, why is the president able to prosecute his son? No. That can happen. So, that's it.
Okay. All right, let's take more calls. Patient Gray is right on this line. Patient, let's hear you.
I agree. That's my big brother.
Let's hear you, Patient. How do you do?
I'm patient Gray for the family for the position of for justice. That's my brother. Let me say thank you for always bringing this topic on the radio, because we not forget about it on the Jesus can come and say what is gonna come down. So to tell you that we not forget it.
You know when Jesus will come, Patient? Jesus can even come to now.
We not forget about it. Just when I forget about it, just if you.
Okay, go ahead.
There is a short in our the justice issue will be there on the government is brought into it. This government is brought into it 100%. Because every day I pray, every day I pray, we get different stories who are involved into this thing. We are hearing about the superintendent again. So we've been saying that people when questioning how you get your information, how you assist people. But all the new people that is coming up to them. What must superintendent point go to capture the people in the people? What kind of pride we see in the president with his official? All of the officials are calling in the web with this justice. Is this the government that needs to rescue? The rescue mission that has changed the need to cooking mission. That's what we put them for. I think so. Because we work on any that money to go and cap for that for cooking business. The two others will come and rescue, they never two others who will cooking will come in the country, the water. They can be unjust. So they, the people power, they everybody cooking in this region. We didn't say that power there. We're going to follow on the other side. Then that on you shit on the other side. What kind of crime we see with these people? So the people, yeah, when we were in power with Eddie, and my brother, that was trying to tell us. They put all that drugs on, don't come into the country, but today we see the high on cooking. So you see, we're bringing God back to power on those circumstances. Government is failed. Thank you.
Thank you. You made your points clear. Let's take Jeremiah Cole from district number 17. Jeremiah, let's hear you.
Thank you, my brother. Desmond, I want to appreciate you. Desmond, you know me very well. I've been objective, right?
And also,
this situation,
even though you are a supporter of the Unity Party.
Sure. I'm a supporter of this government, even though I'm not a member of any political party.
That's why I said supporter. I was very keen with my English.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead.
So, today's just issue, it is the prerogative of every Liberian. Yeah, it is the prerogative of every Liberian. We need not to politicize this. But what is confusing me, critics of the government, in other cases, when the government arrests maybe opposition, people will say that witch hunt. The government arresting our own people again, they say Blanet brought it in. So I don't know. We are just in a cycle, Desmond. Sometimes I get tired. I get frustrated. To the extent I made a statement before that if God helps me and leave this country, it will take time for me to come back. Yeah, it will take time because Liberia, I can't understand. We allow politics to take away both government supporters in position, opposition, what kind of position. Everybody just allowing politics, and the only people that are benefiting from this political attitude of ours are the politicians, and we yet to take notice of it. I don't know, tell them anything.
Okay.
So, yeah, seriously, that's more. It can be frustrated. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go and take Edmond Carr. Edmond, welcome. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm proud member of Concerned Liberian for Justice, and I'm also pushing for the return of President Weah because the country lacks leadership right now. You know, the issue of drugs is not to be politicized, but when those are the people that are in power use the politics with drug into power, even how much they are in power now, it is when they still want to use the same politics. I think they say they can take the Liberian people mind from on the real issue and go back to that thing what they said. It was the CDC government that was importing drugs into the country. That is the reason why you will always see the political side. Because when you discuss 100 million yesterday that was burned in front of the eyes of the international community, but you're 300 and...
But Emma, and the Pope went in the eyes of the international community too.
No, our honesty is that it was so then nobody was represented. Nobody from the international community was part of that burning of that drug. So that is why even raising a whole lot of concern and a whole lot of news coming out, America requesting people to be transferred and all the kind of stuff. And this is the question that we ask. What were the rush? What were you rushing? The other person, they will not carry all the drug import. Yes, the judge are having all right available. The judge can go to the place where you are keeping the cocaine. They can go and see it and verify them. And verify it by themselves. When they go to court, they will have an informed decision to make. They can also send their court officer to do the photo of where you store it and carry it to the judge. They will have an informed decision. But where you are saying chasing people, arresting people, telling us that some of them are out of the country, then you go rushing to bring the drug, that raise a whole lot of concern. So the whole issue that has to do with the cocaine, it will always be raising concern because this the issue that has to do with the prison or officer at the Marofia Center Prison, that just suggests to us that as a Liberian, we should reduce some of the wasteful spending and pay people that are doing the real work. You are having lecture going to work 2 times in a week, Thursday and Tuesday. They are taking away thousands of dollars with gas slave, with scratch car, with all of the benefit. But the guy who work from Sunday to Sunday, he taking home $150, $70. When they cut government taxes from there, they carry home nothing. So they just for the guy to just allow him to make one call, 25,000 or a mobile money account. You think he will reject it when he will have to work for the rest of for his life? He may not even be able to even get that amount. So this kind of issue, when it comes up, what is informed us as a nation is that we should go beyond this political talk, believing people why they take the decision. No, be able to check yourself, call some of your salary as a national leader, and take care of civil servant. So even among the guys are in jail, they are still active. So meaning the cartel being in Liberia is a serious issue, and it has willed this government, it has weighed this government. It got nothing to do about it. They will just be ranting around here as if they're doing anything serious, suspending civil servant, suspending it, getting it up. We don't know what role they play. And we give God the glory that the international community are involved and they cannot hire anything. No, the issue that had to do with that shit, quickly on that shit issue, AFL did not even go close to that shit.
Why you say so?
Because they lack the capacity. In fact, they were even raising the lives of the 14 guys that they were sending. Who you know were on board that ship. That you took 14 persons, you put them on board, you videotaped them and put them up and raise their lives, they go in the sea, go check in the ship. Who are those are there? Come on, why do you do that? You don't do anything to impress anybody. You should be informed as a security person. How do you raise our citizens' life? So it was just cool. As soon as they leave the scene, when they go in from small, they notice that, the water, that we cannot go further, so we have to come by. So the guy came by, and for that said that they are not a capacity that they lack the ability to do that equipment.
I saw the statement of the
they don't have equipment.
Chief of staff,
Yeah, so we don't blame AFL for that. And this is what the city will say, yeah. Lord gave them the support they need. Like in that kind of operation, AFL helicopter should be flying over that shit. To know what the enemy before you send 14 men. How do you send 14 men to a shit when you don't know who is in the shit? The shit been there 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Then you go take 14 men and put them on board. You say you sending them to go do what? That was a charade. They were good. They didn't reach there. They came back on shore because I felt that they were raising the lives of our citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Ekman. Let's take this person. They've been very consistent with your call. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you doing, brother?
Well, thanks for asking. Let's hear you.
Yeah. So, let's hear more on the drug issue. I will go to the floor. That is, they are almost, people are bringing out drugs that they probably around and put it into. But when I go for a university, that's what they are decades on it. How would you be talking on this? And what a year, both drugs coming. I want to we'll continue talking about.
I know that more drugs. I know that more drugs.
I tell you, in the matter in the man said I gave a Jojo Boga 2 billion to trust that drug.
Who the guy said it? Who the guy said so?
The Colombian got cash.
No, I beg you. I bet the man said it. What the man said I want.
I read it to that.
No. Not everything will be on social media. You can't bring it. No, don't do that thing, man. Why are you laughing? Yeah. I mean, that one is that
shows the culpability of our society, because we're only kind of platform to just spew that kind of information.
Yeah, to do that to the platform is actually wrong. That's why I cut him off. We can transition to our last and final segment, but before we do that, let's take this final call. On the first segment. Let's hear you.
Yes, man. Good afternoon.
Oh, my pap, how do you do?
I will thank you. Hi, live.
Well, thanks for asking.
Yes, man. For me, I'm very happy that the international community is getting involved into this drugs issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm currently actually American, very getting get into this trust issue because if they left our government alone, we'll call this noise, we'll not lead anywhere. Because how will the inspector general will be linked to the trust investigation? Then you can't go to investigation. All those who need have been linked to the trust issue, none of them have even gone to the investigation to know whether is their fault or not. Down to Jojo Baka. Why are they shielding these people? Are they above the law?
But in this case, Jojo has released a rejoinder. He have said you don't know these people, you have never come in contact with them.
Backed by the Ministry of Justice.
Backed by the Ministry of Justice.
But just let me ask you a question. If I accuse to be the one that stole my pencil, you think you will stand in front of me and tell me say you are the one? And so you go to court.
So because we don't have the evidence, we cannot accuse.
Right. For when you accuse someone, you have to come with evidence.
Let them be our natural investigators to investigate this issue.
Okay, so until the natural investigators are there, we should not cast the lot. We should not say Jojo Baka is part of the cartel on this, that, because that would be a disservice to him.
But then, equally so, they should not run away from investigations. Thank you very much for the program.
Okay, thank you so kindly.
Maybe just squeeze in that person.
Yeah. Okay, Mohammed left it like already. But they can call on the second segment. Let's move on.
Yeah, so before going to our next point of discussion, it is important to this issue. The Ministry of Commerce places a ban on because it's drug related to as well. The Sisha issue. Probably we could just I don't know whether we could just communication from the Ministry of Commerce, and it says the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with the relevant government agencies responsible for public health, consumer protection, and law enforcement, hereby inform all owners and operators of nightclubs, bars, and lodges and similar entertainment establishment that the sale, distribution, promotion, and use of shisha, hookah in their premises is hereby prohibited with immediate effect. This directive is issued in the interest of protecting public health and ensuring compliance with the applicable laws and regulations of the Republic of Liberia governing the sale and use of regulated tobacco and related products. Accordingly, all nightclubs and bar owners are instructed to 1. Immediately cease the sale, distribution, and promotion of shisha products. 2. Remove all shisha equipment and related products from their business premises. 3. Prohibit patrons from smoking or consuming shisha within their entertainment establishment. 4. Ensure that management and staff strictly enforce the directive. Ministry wishes to make it unequivocally clear that any nightclub, bar, lodge, or entertainment establishment found selling shisha or permitting customers to smoke or consume shisha on its premises shall be subject to enforcement actions, including but not limited to 1. Immediate closure of the establishment, payment of applicable fees in accordance with laws and statutes of the Republic of Liberia. 3. Suspension or withdrawal of the establishment's business license. And 4. Any additional administrative or legal sanction deemed appropriate by the competent authorities. So it goes on to say, where is it? The ministry will conduct routine and unannounced inspection to ensure full compliance with this directive. Business owners are therefore urged to cooperate fully and take immediate corrective action to avoid penalties. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry appreciate your cooperation and commitment. Failure to comply with the directive will result in the full force of the law being invoked. And it's issued by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry.
Yeah, so Barclay, I saw that, but this is not the first time. I remember in 2005, August 25th, the same ministry began
Came up with another directive.
To let me get the date straight, but I think it's the same August 25 or so. The ministry came up in 2005. 2025, sorry. Yeah, 2025, August 22nd. This very ministry came up
to ban shisha. So this is the second time.
So you see what is happening in our country. But before I even go there, let me recognize my big brother, Mr. Adam Peno, who is listening via the radio. Of course, thanks so kindly for supporting us as we talk about a country like Liberia. So I think our problem is not about legislation. Our problem is implementation.
Right, the implementation.
You know what prompted the ministry to have come up with this ban today? It's because of that viral video.
Yeah, where
the father the father is holding the shisha and putting it in the child's mouth while the mother is recording. So it behooves the ministry to have come up with this ban. Look, it is the second time the ministry is banning shisha and all of that.
Is it that the Ministry of Commerce do not have the willpower to enforce this particular directive?
I think what is happening is that they are not even monitoring whether they have the capacity or not, but they're not even doing it. Look, if you're putting efforts, right, and I mean, Barclay will tell you, okay, Barclay, please remove the 2 microphones from the table, right? And maybe you're having issues, you're having some difficulty, you have some impediments on taking the microphone, but the fact that you try to take one and remove it small and say, I wanted to take the 2 microphones, but even the one I'm trying to take is difficult for me to take.
Yeah, there's some effort being made.
The ministry is not even applying effort. Look, and this is not politics. The minister of the Ministry of Commerce spent her entire time in Grand Basso. She's better here. How is she going to have the supervisory knowledge or first-hand information on how to supervise?
So she's actively engaged into
Basso politics.
Yeah, campaign, pre-campaign activities. Yeah. We have to be very emphatic now. Yeah. She's engaged into campaign activities. And I have said it, and will continue to say this, right? The issue of smoke or anything that has to do with smoke. I've not been a friend or fan or whatever. No, I hate it. Because I think I made reference yesterday with regards to the cigarette. Okay. That when you look, it is always labeled seriously damages your health. So anything that has to do with smoke, it damages your health, your lungs. So I mean, I don't know why the Ministry of Commerce has taken. I think, in fact, this release is just belated. Like you said, this is the second time.
This is the
second time to ban shisha, and I mean, I don't know whether the effect. Like a medical doctor told me that. I mean, shisha, one of the side effects, tuberculosis. Yeah.
I mean, it causes
tuberculosis, and many of our young people who have been affected with this issue of tuberculosis. Have you been to the TB annex before?
No,
you haven't been. I guess you would not like to see young people, though they have become deformed. No. This entire TB thing is terrible, really, really terrible. If you go there to TB annex, you see a young person, maybe they're just in their 20s, you think that the person is in their 50s or 60s.
I know it gets people.
Yeah, it's very bad, it's very terrible. I mean, so the Ministry of Commerce almost like playing a lip service to this entire thing. And as they come up with release, the issue of enforcement, you still have problem with enforcing. Like you said, I don't think we need legislation. implementation, the enforcement. There are sufficient laws in this country.
Of course, we're not
There
law
are
trained.
sufficient laws. I can recall, in fact, there was a law where they banned street smoking.
Yeah,
right?
street smoking. They say you can't smoke in the
You can
public.
smoke.
But there's not people
public.
can be walking in the
People
public
still
smoking.
smoking in the public. So it is not about the laws,
It's about the willpower to
the
implement,
willpower,
to implement those laws.
the enforcement of those laws, to ensure that people abide by those laws. I mean, this is where we are lacking.
That is the reality.
This is where we are lacking as a nation. We do not enforce. We got sufficient laws in this country to govern us as citizens, but the enforcement. So every time you come up with new regulations, you come up with new laws, you come up with new policy, all of these things are not working until the government or citizens themselves try to enforce some of these laws, or because the government has the power now to enforce these laws. Until the government can start to enforce some of these laws, we're going nowhere. We see today maybe the Ministry of Commerce again came up with this for the second time with this particular directive. Who knows? Maybe we will still see the issue of shisha again on the market, and next year, by this time again, they will come up with another directive, banning shisha in this country. So I mean, it just weaken the entire system. Until the current minister can disengage from her political activities in Grand Basso and focus on the workings of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, we're going nowhere to achieving the issue of I don't know whether you like it or not. The Minister of Commerce, Madam Dakose, needs to abandon her Basso politics. She needs to disengage from her Basso politics and do the work of Liberians. She was appointed by the president to work in the interest of all Liberians. Disengage from your Basso politics. There are too many things happening in this particular sector, the commerce sector. Too many things happening. Goods are on the market.
Look, they get on a chicken, a load of plastic, a load of rubber. When you hold it, you.
The trade sector is still being challenged.
They got all those things.
The importation, right?
All on the shelves.
The last time importers were complaining about RPDs, to release their containers from the port. These are still challenges facing the business sector of our country, but yet and still, you still have the commerce minister being actively involved into Basso politics. This is wrong. And I mean, maybe the president needs to hear this, or maybe he's hearing it, just try to ignore it.
The president have heard this.
And it is wrong for our sector. It is terrible for our sector. The Minister of Commerce needs to disengage from Basso politics and focus on the workings of the Liberian people. The one that she was appointed by the president to do. She has to do it. So let's move on to this entire MDRL politics.
MDRL politics.
Senator Koga and the vice president, MDRL youth, all of these things that are occurring. I don't know what's ahead of 2029. Too many things are happening. Probably this is just.
You said yesterday it was somehow I don't know. You said soon or whatever. But did you see the resignation
from Granjide?
From Granjide?
So the CDC chapter.
It tells you that going towards 2029, there will be these things happening. It will always happen. People will leave, people will come, and all of that. But let's go. I just wanted to bring that to everybody.
Right. So, I mean, ahead of 2029, I think much focus or attention will be on Nimba County, especially the issue of the vice president from Nimba County, Senator Koga. Lately, we saw this information flying that the vice is the godfather of Nimba County. That was something bestowed on him by some chiefs in Nimba County. There is just, I don't know, many people have said the senator has been too desperate for leadership in the county. Now he was supported by the vice president, heavily supported by the vice president. But at the point in time when we go into the next election 2029, whether the current president will still contest as president or he will still maintain his standard bearership for the Unity Party, or whether you still, carry, because the standard bearer has the right to maybe choose the person he wants to as a running mate. So we maybe the Unity Party will have to settle on that, whether they will still maintain Vice President Jeremiah Kun. But I strongly believe that if Ambassador Boakai will recontest 2029, they will still maintain the current vice president,
even though there's a huge fight.
There is an internal wrangling within the party too, but I still want to believe in my mind they will maintain. And make no mistake, it was in Nimba County. The votes from Nimba County helped to ensure that President Boakai was elected in 2023. Now, if you have Senator Koga, who is, in my mind, desperate to go as running mate to whoever, whether it is the former President George Weah, whether it is Elizana Cummins, this could be a serious blow to the current ruling party, the Unity Party. Make no mistake.
So
I think there should be.
Let's play Caesar's Pele.
Yeah, because we just want to weigh in and how Senator Koga, ambition has now triggered some serious internal wrangling within the movement for democracy and reconstruction. Where you want to play the audio, yes, you can play the audio.
Okay, let me do that now and just play Caesar Pele voice. He's the
so that India will first about equal, Koga will know where to go.
So he's the youth league chair for the MDR, according to what we know.
MDR very hard. As you always, it is your tradition. That's a source. We saw him. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this and let me be on record. Okay. I am the national gatekeeper of the MDR. Okay. I'm the fourth soldier. I am responsible to amalgamate a platform in the Bagadabra. Bring in militants and militias. Under my words as national youth leader, we gave Koga 24 hours to retract his statement. He has to return the heart. We gave him 24 hours to return our heart. Let me be on record. Let me be emphatically clear. He has 24 hours. What will you do? Unconditionally return over the heart. Fair a part of return over the heart in 24 hours. We will examine militants and militants to ensure that the heart is taken back. We're going to take the process. If any means you think the heart might be taken away from Senator Koga, might be taken. Why? That's not a threat. Let me tell you something. We challenge him. It's an open challenge. The National Youth Congress placed Koga on an open challenge. I challenge him to appear in the public gallery as of today. With that heart, we will unconditionally take it from him by force. There are reasons for which we want to do that. And we know we're going to die. Not afraid of nobody. There was an objective for which the heart was given. There was an objective for which the heart was given. The objective for which the heart was presented to Senator Koga was to unite, was to bring on board, sit on the table and unite MDR, bring up partisans from all across, like all of him be on the table to redefine our struggle, to redefine our.
Okay, enough of that. Let's go on. You were already in flight.
So so this entire desperation of the vice presidency, it has now, I don't know, when they talk about which one they had that was given by Senator Prince Joseph to Senator Koga. What's the intent of that hat? It means that you are
maybe godfather or something of the party.
So I was just saying, I know ahead of 2029 there will be alignment, realignment, collaborations, political marriages, all of these things will be happening. But then again, we saw a huge vote for the Unity Party in 2023 from Nimba County. Now you have two sons that will be coming. It's possible there have been sons from Nimba County who've been contesting for the presidency, vice presidency position too as well. You have the likes of Jeremiah Wapo, who contested. He's from Nimba County. There are several, sons and daughters of Nimba County who have contested for the presidency and vice presidency positions too as well. While there are some won and some dating too as well. But ahead of this 2029 elections, like you said, too many things will happen. And some of these things that they are now, they are now happening. These things are happening. But again, I think the MDR needs to go on the drawing board. They need to sit with the lawmaker, despite of his desperation to. And I want to be clear on that, because since the inception of Koga from the representative, he begins senator. Since his inception, he's been involved into this too much. I don't know why when you reach at the level of the Senate, you are now vice president position or president position, all of these things. But I think the Unity Party and the NDR needs to sit on the drawing board. Nimba County is a vote-rich county. Nobody should underestimate Senator Samuel Koga from Nimba County. Despite of his desperation, he has the right.
That's what I wanted to point out.
He has the right, yeah. He has the right.
You keep saying
but
he's
desperate because there are individuals who supported him. Because I come in now. My thing here is the issue of desperation comes in. Imagine the late senators, Prince Johnson, who was widely known as the godfather of Nimba County. But I mean, at a point in time, the Nimba County senator had to put his egos aside, had to put his political ambition aside, and say, look, let me support another person. When Jeremiah Kuhn wins, Nimba County wins. If the late Senator Prince Johnson will say, look, Marcel want to become vice president. But, he let go of his egos, his political egos, and say, look, let me support another son of Nimba County. Why can't you because the bigger picture is Nimba County. It is not about Prince Johnson. Today he's dead and gone, but Nimba still exists. The citizens still exist. Why it is true that Samuel Koga has his right, but I think his current position is showing more division in Nimba County rather than uniting the Bibles. For my own observation, I was just 2 days ago, I attended a program for citizens of Nimba County, Nimba Kwado, who, they just went through the election, they elected new course of office. We know how politics interplay that day, because when how you call him, Yantwan walked in, scores of Nimbayans went to embrace Senator Yantwan, marched with him from out of the fence all the way in the building. But when Senator Koga arrives, not a single Nimbayan escorted him in. So it tells you the level of politics that is ongoing, the level of politics that is currently ongoing among just in Monserrado County. I'm not even talking about Nimba County now. Just in Monserrado, what I saw that day, it was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. What I saw, I think his current position, Senator Koga's current position, his ambition to become vice president, is showing more division in this county, in Nimba County, and this thing will go a long way. It will go a long way ahead of 2020. I don't know whether it is a threat, but I continue to say he should not be underestimated. Koga still got a base. He won twice in District Number 5 as representative, coming to win as senator. He still got a base in Nimba County. I mean, whether you like him or not, my only thing is his desperation for the position. In fact, to the extent you refer to him as godfather of Nimba County, all of these things. Now, the youth chair, instead of engaging this thing in a more civil manner, the youth chair of MDRO, Cesar Pele, now is demanding the senator return the hat that was given to him. And the senator is saying the hat was given to him by Senator Prince Johnson. So he cannot return it, that particular, I don't know whether it is the beret or which one the hat they're talking about. But this is just tip of what we are about to see ahead of 2029, Desmond. And political actors now, Nimba County will be seriously contested ahead of the 2029. If and only if Senator Kuka, insists that he goes as vice president on any ticket in the upcoming election.
Okay, so Barclay, I sat quietly and listened to you. The first thing is that Samuel Koga has absolute right.
Right. That which I agree with you.
Yeah, to run as vice president to any political or on any political party ticket. Mm-hmm. The first thing is that there was no agreement or treaty that was signed between the current vice president and that of Samuel Koga that when you support me and I become senator, I will not run as vice president. What Samuel Koga is doing is every political actor will want a place
but let me tell you don't need to be told, Desmond, that when I support you, look, how they call it, the political reward is not in heaven.
No, but
so because I supported you, in essence, in return, Desmond, I need your support too.
Here's the issue, Barclay.
So I'm not supporting you because maybe Koga Tor is him.
So the honest truth is that whether the current vice president would have supported different candidates, Samuel Koga would have still won it.
No, you can't. You can't just pray. You can say that.
Let me make my point. Let me make my point. You had the time. I am saying to you, with the politics that play in Nimba, the way the politics was being tailored, you would have had that election, even the vice president go to support another person, Samuel Koga would have still won. Now, why do I say so? It's because you saw the death of the former godfather of Nimba. You saw the role that Samuel Koga played. You saw the traditional support. You saw the different kind of support that he got across the country. Across the country, sorry. So I am saying to you, Samuel Koga is positioning himself. He's a political actor. I'm not too sure Samuel Koga came into politics to become a bear ball to any politician. I'm not too sure. So all of what he's saying and doing, he's doing it and shaping his political career. He's shaping his political, status to where he wants it to be. Look, Samuel Koga go up Kanda. If tomorrow Samuel Koga is running as a vice running mate, right, to any political, party. Take for example the ANC, and tomorrow the ANC wins, and Samuel Koga becomes vice president. It is the Nimba people who got the vice presidency. So, like you said, I agree with your point when you say when he goes as a vice presidential running mate to any political party, and then the current vice president is also in the race as a vice, running mate to another person, maybe the current president, it will divide Nimba. I agree with that, 100%. It will divide Nimba, but it will show that two sons of Nimba are in a political race, and the people of Nimba will decide which one they go for.
Right. I will agree with you. I will agree with you.
So it is not a treaty. It is not a treaty that was signed and agreed upon. Say when the vice president or the current vice president support Samuel Koga will be all just a neutral person and say I will only support the vice president. Then he continue to be vice president for me. There is my political interest or my political or career.
No, look, Desmond. Have you been able to follow Nimba politics in terms of some of their campaign activities in Nimba?
I've gone to Nimba several times.
Do you know that, in fact, to the extent doing campaign activities in Nimba, there are reports of deaths in Nimba County during election?
Yeah.
Are you aware?
Those things happen.
Now, Samuel Koga is in record doing one of his campaign activities in Nimba County, District 5. Where an individual was killed. I'm just trying to create a scenario where how dirty the politics is in Nimba County. deadly the politics is in Nima County. So to see two sons becoming arch rivals in 2029, and if you observe, if you have been following Senator Koga's campaign activities in Nima, wow, I think you say, look, the vice president or whoever, because his campaign activities in Nima becomes because
Martin Barclay is not about.
There is no sense of maturity in. Let me say it clear. There is no sense of maturity in Koga's politics or campaign activities.
That's not even my point. My point is, Samuel Koga is positioning himself currently
for 2029.
For 2029.
Right.
So whether he run as a vice presidential candidate or as a presidential candidate, he's positioning himself. So he's not aligning with a scenario that I must support the vice president because the vice president.
And then my point here is
the vice president is for Nima, and because he's vice president, I must support him.
No,
it is not. What do I say? It is not a set of treaty that was signed.
I know it is not binding on him to say, oh, okay, yeah, because I supported you as senator, so it is incumbent upon you to support me as vice president. And I'm saying no.
Don't run.
And my thing here is his current position, like you're saying, he's trying to position himself for vice president or presidential position or whatever. I'm saying his current status or his current activities, the way he's proceeding, trying to position himself, is creating more confusion and division in Nima County rather than uniting Nibaeans. That's my point. Okay. I'm not saying he has a right, but instead of uniting, he's creating more division in Nima County. Maybe we'll open the line, sons and daughters of Nima County will call on this video and they will tell you that his politics, because imagine when he was elected as senator, just right after 2 weeks as senator or a month, in fact, the senator started demanding that he wants to be the political leader of the MDR. Aren't you aware? He started demanding that he wants to be. In fact, how he started accusing the vice president of having a grip on the MDR. That caused a very serious misunderstanding in the country until the chiefs and elders of Nima County had to summon the vice president and Senator Koga to go and discuss the issue.
So instead
now ahead of the election, he has gone now and say, okay, the chiefs petition me, they declare me as the godfather of Nima County.
All of these things,
so these things are creating more confusion. There are several ways. I agree with you.
He has his right.
I agree with you. But my point is,
he's not the vice president's son.
I agree. I agree with you. But I'm saying his activities, the manner and form in which he's trying to position himself, is creating a lot of divisions in Nima County. Okay. Seriously, if you observe the politics in Nima County, and I'm saying if this continues up to 2029, Desmond, the politics in Nima County will be more chaotic than any other county that you can think about.
Okay, let's take course. I mean, this is a very good conversation, and I like it. Let's take course on this one. What do you say about some of the conversations we are having, especially the government of Liberia banning hookah or tuka or whatever? Let's take course now. 0777 959 959. Patient, what do you say about some of the things we're talking? Let's hear you, patient.
My brother, I don't really know what really conspired between the vice president and Senator Koga. Just yesterday, that's one brother you were here. Just yesterday, when we were on the Senator by election, people were telling all that Nima for them. They go for them. They were in good relationship, a good rapport. They want for them every day that not to see vice president and Senator Koga. What's going on between them? Then Senator Prince Johnson down. What's going on between the people? We read that to investigate and do family for that Nima country. But they were telling us yesterday, Nima for all. Nima for all. We'll do that. Don't go through. Then what that is, don't go through Nima for them every night. Then I know. Same Prince Johnson that they all them that and more there's no about all that. The same Prince Johnson that. They took more a bit information. We don't all want a place. So I really know. We really kind of find out Because the different for that different kind of very transparent between the two people.
But who do you think is the main orchestrator? Who do you think is the main orchestrator of the confusion in the country?
For me, I can tell who is causing the problem. I can tell that we are not in the body. I'm not a resident of that place.
Okay.
So I'm here. I can tell you.
Okay. Thank you, patient. Thank you. Let's take this person. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you. Good evening.
How you doing?
Thanks for asking. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this one was some guy, a lot of the past president. For me, I'm on Nimale. I'm on Green. For me, I prepare some people to be the governor of my candidate, the past president. Because the past president again, like the article, one of the elder from Lima candidate, which is the one go. Going to the past president office to go speak to him, that's the other stuff for the world. So some people go for other people to come. Other people want to sign, you sign. But the way we will sign, you stand by it. So some people you know, where you want anybody, and then in senator, he get ready to roll anybody ticket. He ain't buying out anybody.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Paco. Let's hear you, Paco.
Thank you so much for my care family for people, all those that you bring money, all to the topic. No, some people got something and say, yeah, I get family in Nimakade, Kanta, say, yeah. Some people got party choose, you know, they have want to be and your manager for care to say, Paco, kind of work it. I make it $10 they want to while working and care family won't give me 200, you know, say that. I will leave my 200,000 account of town and they want it. They need the money already. Any second by the grace of God, it can be personal family to the nation. Cool way. Then the money will say, no, we don't want to get more 5%. They will swear about 5%. So citizens can work.
What's it got to do with Samuel Koga?
No, Samuel Koga. That thing is to get a 5% wear the jacket and went from village to village, town to town. That's how Koga today. That's how Koga turn around to pay by easy jacket today. For some carry, Samuel Koga 10 times. 10 times, I want 5%. I want fool you. I see you.
Okay.
Listen
to how they conclude. It's your 07779599959 08818716770 are the numbers you can call to be a part of the program. That's the final lap of the program inside Liberia on Care Radio 95.9. And of course, I'm here with Barclay Conley, and together we're giving you the Tuesday's edition of the program. Tomorrow we won't be here. We'll be here on Thursday. Thursday is another great day. But we have to give way for the news. Back there, you can just conclude from your side so that we kept it.
Well, and of course, like you continue to say, we look forward to how the election, but we pray and hope for a peaceful election in 2029. But I think more attention will be placed on the Makati politics from what's happening, because it is not just about strengthening or soliciting your base, but it is about ensuring that we have a peaceful conduct of the election. Well, look forward to every one of you. We see you guys on Thursday, right?
Yeah,
Thursday. We're going to be a Friday. It's a weekend, and Princess Kama is usually on a Friday.